Speaker.
The House is resumed for the extended sitting. Call on Government Order of the Day number 9. Court of order. Right. Peter Perroni.
I know that this is an extension of time, but this is the first moment of our sitting this day, and I just seek your guidance as to what's happened to the opening prayer.
No, this is, I thank the member for his intervention. This is an extended sitting from last night. So last night when I raised the House at 10 o'clock, I said that the House was suspended at 10 o'clock last night to be resumed this morning at 9 o'clock. And this runs through until 1 o'clock today, and then the House starts again at 2 o'clock with question time, and that's the start of the new day. So all that's happened from last night is a suspension of the House so that we can have extended hours now. That's what we're doing. I call on Government Order of the Day number 9.
Te Kawerau o Maki Claims Settlement Bill, Committee Stage.
I declare the House in committee for consideration of the Te Kawerau o Maki Claims Settlement Bill. Mr Chairman.
Speaker. I deal with this and we're moving it in one part, aren't we? Yes, one part. What do I do to seek leave? Just that. It's the language for the minister. Yes. At the top there. Members, the House is in committee on the Te Kawerau o Maki Claims Settlement Bill. I call Tim McIndoe.
Mr Chair, I seek leave for the committee to consider all parts of Te Kawerau o Maki claim settlement in one debate, with the voting to be taken separately.
Leave is sought for that purpose. Is there any objection? There is not. The question is that parts 1 to 3, schedules 1 to 4 and clauses 1 and 2 stand part.
Mr Chairman.
I call the Honourable Christopher Finlayson.
Thank you, sir. I wish only briefly to address certain matters in SOP number 112, and they arise out of some of the discussions that the committee had when the bill was before the Maori Affairs Select Committee. The bill had its first reading on 4 November last year and was considered by the committee earlier this year. It has since required some minor technical amendments to a number of clauses and Schedule 3. So let me go through the SOP. First, an amendment to Clause 11 of the bill, which extends the time required to implement it from 20 days to 40 days. And this will assist both iwi and government departments completing the paperwork required to implement the bill. Secondly, Clause 80A requires an amendment to provide that the Te Kawerau o Maki post-settlement governance entity is to be treated as the grantor of interests that are not interests in the land in relation to Te Henga Site B and Paharoa Site A. And this will provide for the iwi to assume the roles and responsibilities of the grantor when the land is transferred to it. And finally, I refer you, sir, to Clause 64, where an amendment is required, and Schedule 3 of the bill in relation to the Te Henga Site B to provide for a right-of-way easement for the benefit of certain third parties, registered utilities easements, and to include 2 existing unregistered concessions, and to Schedule 3 in relation to the Paharoa Site A to include 2 unregistered concessions. I'm sure the members of the Maori Affairs Committee and the House generally will be interested to know that Te Henga neighbours will be granted utility easements for 30 years plus 30 years by the Department of Conservation. In addition, Te Kawerau o Maki will provide a right-of-way easement for an initial term of 60 years to the Te Henga neighbours, and that will be followed by rolling tranches of 30 years. And I want to acknowledge the iwi and the neighbours for their constructive and pragmatic approach to this matter. I think it bodes very well for their ongoing neighbourly relationship.
I call the Honourable Nangai Mahuta.
Thank you for that clarification, Minister.